I said the box had to be triple melon lemonade for him to spend that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to figure out which one would be more impressive. A broad that said her starting price was 1.5, or a nigga that come out the gates and be like, I'm willing to go to 1.5 to start. Like, I'm trying to figure out which one is more impressive. Because you got to be impressive as a broad to think your shit worth 1.5, right? Like,
Nah, it ain't even that. He offered 1.5.
shit.
He offered it. What a person going to do? Like that's
Yeah, man. That's life changing money. Even right now today with all the inflation, nigga, 1.5 is still life changing money for so many people.
Joy said, "Nah, I'm good, bro."
Nah, that wasn't Joy that turned down a 1.5.
Oh,
That was
oh,
the other chick
the
who sent out the
hairdresser.
lawsuit. Yeah. She was the one that turned down a 1.5.
Got it.
Joy, the biggest thing that came out of that joint from Joy was the fact that she said she was holding out. She reserved the right to later say that she was forced to do something if she had to, if she didn't like whoever, you know what I'm saying, she was doing it with in the first place. Like somebody that she slept with, that she normally wouldn't sleep with, she basically said, in not too many words, that she would be willing to call a popo if, you know what I'm saying, shit didn't go her way. That's the most damaging part from that lawsuit. Her saying that she'd be willing to, say somebody forced her to do something just to get ahead.
Bro, I mean, this is what the ancestors prayed for, man. That's how I feel about it because I'm all for seeing people in spaces, in places, and working hard to accomplish their dreams. But also, you got to know what you're signing up for a lot of times. Where is it the end of the world if you don't get on Fox News or whatever the case may be? Or is that the end all be all? Because I see it two ways where people look at it like, yeah, Marcellus Wiley and the big dude, they just mad because they ain't on Fox. But then it's like
Hmm.
they got successful YouTubes, and they making their bread that way.
Hmm.
Should we as black people only seek to be corporate shills, or can we be dignified with being independent media, doing our own thing, and still, being okay with it? Or do you feel like we have reached a point in the climate where people just feel like if you're not on Fox, you just don't count type shit? Because I personally feel like don't nobody even watch that shit. Like this
If
shit.
and you 1,000% right. Nobody really watches that shit, and it's the type of this is the type of headline essentially that is manufactured in order to get people to watch or start watching that channel again. I totally agree with you. I think when we think about it, there's a certain level of validation seeking that melanated people have done for a long time. Like even the most so-called pro-blackness people, right? Like the thing is, it's like it's almost not important unless those people across the aisle validate you for it. So hence the reason why some people might feel the need to want to shoot for Fox or NBC or CBS or whatever channel is really popping on YouTube. The validation part of it still exists within a lot of our people, and I don't think that's going away anytime soon. Considering we still go to those same very people to buy our most price goods. You know what I'm saying? Like we still go to them to get all of our major stuff.
Mhm.
So until it comes to a point where it's an entirety of the people buying from one place, one particular place, or another, like I don't think that's ever really gonna change.
Yeah, I feel like it's not. It don't gotta be even like Fox. It's to that point where like people. It's like people can get that light out there, that shine. But it's at that point where people look at you and they go like, "Oh, this person a lame," and I don't fuck with them, or like, "Oh, you can tell they lame," or it's like, "Oh, they got money, but they lame still." It's like people want people that's cool and that's out there. Like, oh man, these niggas hot. That's what people be worrying about. Whether if you did make it on Fox or not. Cause this nigga's like little baby, he Fox material, but shit, he just that piece of meat on the grill that ain't tasted good no more. It's like yeah, it's just chicken, you already put it in barbecue and honey mustard and all this other shit. Now you just know it's just a meal.
Yeah, these boys, they really be falling off. That's always interesting to me. That's why I like Drake because it like I be liking people that's like continuously growing and expanding. But even now, like people look at Drake as somebody that fell off, right? And this cancel culture, what are they trying to accomplish? Like, what is the goal to like say everybody ain't shit for real? Like, like what is the goal of cancel culture? The
Well,
people, everybody, and then what?
if I need a new batch or a new crop of stars to come through, I got to get rid of the old stars. I got to kick out the old guard, right? So
Mhm.
like it's systematic across the board. Almost everybody that anybody likes has been called to the fire this past year, right? So it's like it's like that DMX song, you've been eating long enough now, stop being greedy type shit.
Mhm.
Where the powers that be are systematically moving in another direction. That direction is AI. That direction is more automated services. That direction is more bubblegum shit, but it's going to be their bubblegum shit. So I don't think it's a matter of ability or availability. I just think it's a systematic push to bring a whole new crop of people in because the people that everybody used to like, all of them have been called down to the carpet this past year.
So yeah, like how back in the days, like people would take the crown. So you have Rakim being the GOAT MC, and then you'll have Nas kind of take it, and then after Nas, Jay-Z will come, and after Jay-Z will come, like Eminem, like the crown just get passed down the line.
Hmm.
Now is nobody, or if it is, the world have completely went to shit. So we in a space where music is not really the way to connect to people no more. Like most people not listening to the radio. Like we used to listen to the radio every time we get in the car.
Hmm.
Every time we getting ready for school or at work, we hearing the radio. Now you don't hear the radio so much. People is on the streams. So now you have to develop a whole new way of reaching people via the streaming the streaming thing. And some people is getting it, and then I feel like a lot of people still don't get it because the psychology of the people we're not really fully understanding because the Gen Zs, we first of all we don't understand Gen Zs, and now the Gen Alphas they're maturing, so we're not understanding as millennials and Gen X's. It's just a complete vibe. Like when you was like, the freestyle for Uncle Murder, AD like, well, who the fuck Uncle Murder? Like
Hmm.
me and you know who Uncle Murder is. Like we know.
Hmm.
For Gen Z and before, they don't got a clue. So whatever happened in 2020, we in a great schism of how do we understand Gen Z? How do we understand Gen Alpha? And I feel like we on the cusp, older people on the cusp of getting it Because at first it's just weird, skibbity this and skibbity that, and a bunch of just gibberish. But when you really get into their psychology, I think that's where you find a lot of opportunities to mend and connect. And so streaming is one of the ways to really mend the fences between all ages. But most people don't really stream like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are still confused about the whole concept of streaming.
Mhm.
But I totally agree with you. That's why I said to you earlier during our chop up that, streamers are the new rappers now.
Mhm. Let's talk about that, man. Before we get speaking of streamers, the number one streamer is DJ Academics, hands down. Right?
Hmm.
He got on the stream a couple of days ago, and he was talking about the Fighting Irish freestyle, and they was trying to break it down, because it's basically about LeBron James, and people trying to figure out why is Drake trying to come for LeBron James. And I'm gonna let this video play this for like 2 minutes and then play it again as we react to it. But my man's just going in on LeBron James, and I don't know why. And after this, we'll show Anton Daniels video where he's kind of not echoing the sentiments, but more or less criticizing these sentiments by DJ Academics. Why are people speaking bad on LeBron James?
Newsflash for LeBron. Yo, LeBron, I talked to enough whores in Canada. I've talked to enough people. Maybe Drake will keep teasing it. Let me just tell you what I've heard. Yo, LeBron, you and Drake used to go on two-mans, okay? You've been cheating on your goddamn wife. Drake used to facilitate the host, and basically, essentially, you can't dance to a song about him being a pedophile. He used to supply you with the bitches. I'm sorry, my nigga. Yes, if I'm Drake, I snitch on you too. Sorry, buddy. You can't do that. No. You've been living a lie, and everybody been thinking you're this perfect guy, but when you come to Canada, I know some of the whores. When you come to Canada, you come to certain places, I'm supplying you with the white women you love. You don't even like black chicks. White women. I'm the guy. So when I bring the tings, and I'm hooking you up, when Kendrick drops a song saying certified lover boy, certified pedo, you're the first one to say, whoa, me and Drake done did some two-mans. He ain't never bring no underage girl. What the fuck is you talking about? Or how about you shut the fuck up and don't dance, don't crip walk, don't do nothing, and how about you go win some championships? I'm sorry. I'm snitching on you. That's why you in trouble, LeBron. You can't dance to a song about me being a pedophile when we went on two-mans. That's why you're getting dissed on these random songs. There's like five tings in Toronto ready to shout your business up now, bro. Like LeBron, nobody told you if you're secretly cheating on your wife, stay out the way. And don't dance at your man who been helping you cheat, calling him a pedophile. Get out the way, LeBron. What are you doing?
So is it loyalty, or is DJ Academics a hater?
This is like 45% satire, uh another 35-45% of um fake morality, and the last of it, as far as I'm concerned, is really, him trying to stay relevant. Like, honestly, like, first of all, you talking about a rap beef between two dudes that one dude was dancing to a song based off of the rap beef, and y'all are, y'all tight. So What that mean? Because you beefing, we all supposed to be beefing. This is not the hood, bro. Like that was a rap beef. Like that's really all it was. Now, I'll say this. Um, if it turns out to be true that LeBron was running around with Drake like that, behind his wife's back, okay, I get it. But DJ Academics can't be the one to say that. You know, like if that is the real issue between these two men, or it seems like one person has the issue, the other one is just living their life. If that is the case, then Academics can't be the one to say it. I don't give a fuck how much loyalty he has to Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit comes across as capping. It comes across as completely disingenuous, and it also comes across as clout chasing, as far as I'm concerned.
Is Academics a hater, AD, or is he just loyal to his homeboy?
Man, it's cause so at the end of the day, when you see his job, at the end of the day, he gonna do what he gonna do what he do for his bread. And at the same time, too, it's like he using his boy too as a way. It's like so he making that appeal to us like, yeah, this is why you going through this because it's like you doing people wrong. So I'm gonna just let you know. But it's like at the same time, it's like he using it for clout. You know what I'm saying? You in the mix, and it's like everybody know. Like so, let's say LeBron doing this right. Everybody know that one homeboy cheated, right? So we all might be at the party, and even though we be blind, we might see him do something. And your homeboys do be on to be like, hey man, bro, you should be chilling on that. But I try to be in your stuff, and some people don't say nothing. But if one of the people who know jump out and say something, they know it's gonna be beef. They know it's gonna be smoke. So it's like he bringing this attention to himself, and he okay with fighting the bullet, taking the knife. Everybody gonna be like, oh, look at DJ, look at what he doing. This typical work of his. And he like, hey, I'm okay being devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can say he a hater, but at the same time he using this bro to paint a picture to stay clear in a way. But it ain't helping. It's just making it look more bad.
Yeah, that's what I guess that's where I'm at with it. Like hey, I don't care. I like the mess, me personally, because I don't care about these people. I want to see the videos. I want to see all of the nasty, freaky shit that these people be doing and talk about it online. Because the point of these people living cookie cutter lives, they don't do shit for me or anybody. I feel like the point of them doing pagan rituals, sacrificings and going to goddamn different countries to do weird shit, and that's what got them their success. I want to find out that story because
Yeah,
I know LeBron James is a clone. I know his son is a clone. I want the real shit to come out.
They still ain't talked about his heart being switched out.
Man, they not even talking about how you can't even survive from a cardiac arrest. It's like not even possible.
yeah, that just got swept under the rug.
I even said nothing. And then when Bronny came out, who did he come out with?
Hmm,
Drake.
hmm.
Like I already know the vibes. I grew up in Akron, Ohio, man. LeBron James did not go to elementary school or middle school. And if you find somebody that said, "Yeah, I went to middle school with LeBron James," find them. All the
Hmm.
time you've been hearing people about basketball, LeBron, this, the documentary. Have you ever heard of LeBron James going to elementary school or middle school?
Fuck no.
Have you
All
ever
I know is he skipped college. That's about it.
skipped college and he skipped school entirely? He only thing he did was play 4 years at a Catholic school that only more or less Caucasians went to.
Hmm.
In Akron, the basketball school is either booked or Central Howard. He went to St. Vincent, St. Mary, and the name of the school is Fighting Irish, bro.
Mm.
That's why the shit is called Fighting Irish Freestyle.
That's crazy. That's
No,
crazy.
no. I gotta
Like
see.
the whole shit, the coach, like I said, I grew up in Akron. I went to the house of the Lord. This is the church that Drew Joyce went to. My mom, I was in fucking Sunday school, bro. Drew Joyce, like, yeah, I'm starting a basketball team at the Ed Davis Community Center. Maybe Kyrie want to play. You know what I'm saying? I was on this team. LeBron wasn't on the team because we was kids. He wasn't cloned yet,
Mhm.
bro. I'm telling you, they cloned somebody and made this nigga, man. They made this nigga in the lab. This is why he 40 years old doing things that no other basketball player has ever done. Nobody
Yep.
want to talk about why. He spent $1
The
million
first,
on his body because it's not a real body.
the first player ever to go an entire career without a major injury.
No knee, no ACL. This nigga's jumping up and down on them feet every day. Listen, it get points in times in the year where his body shut down and they gotta send him to Miami to do goddamn repairs, nigga. I know I sound crazy, but I'm actually telling the truth. Because if you ask somebody what happened with Margot Prague in Akron, Ohio, they say, "Oh yeah, Margot Prague, she was a doctor, and her husband was the chief of police. Somehow, the chief of police just snapped one day and killed his wife.
Mm,
They ain't gonna tell you why, because Margot Prague was a pediatrician.
mm. And she
Every
somehow connected to LBJ.
every black boy connected to me too. Every black kid in Akron that grew up in the 80s and 90s, they doctor, I would say 80% of them was Margot Prague. She was collecting the DNA for the cloning. So once the shit gets too out of control, of course the husband got to take her out. Now you can Google all of this. None of this shit makes sense until you understand cloning.
Yeah.
It's a mystery, bro.
The only
You'll
way to get rid of the evidence, you got to kill everybody that knows anything about
tell
it.
everybody that know about it and tell me why a doctor is a wife and the husband is the chief of police. You
Yeah,
gonna
that's
tell
a
me not government?
that's a huge conflict of interest right there. That is a huge conflict of interest. Wow.
Drake is the same way though. Drake, when you get into the backstory of Drake, you like, oh, this nigga's really a clone. Ain't no niggas in Drake giving it. Ain't no
Who,
niggas in Canada giving
Dracula?
it up like Drake.
I mean, for the people that don't know in the back, big bro, why don't you just give them a quick rundown of his pops and his mom?
Well, his mom is Ashkenazi Jewish, right? And his dad is a CIA operative that is an actor and a musician who is on assignment in Canada. Somehow had a kid with his mom, but like when you think about why he is successful, what really made him successful, it is him joining forces with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne at the time was one of the biggest rappers of all time, having the most craziest run.
Hmm.
Gotta also think about Drake putting out CDs and mixtapes and nobody caring, nobody really giving a fuck. When Drake links up with Lil Wayne, when Drake links up with LeBron James, he gets a pool pass.
Hmm.
When you really do the history on Drake, he is lame as fuck, bro. Because his dad is CIA. His mom, who knows, right? Like none of this shit actually makes sense. But then when you start associating them with people, Then people say, well, who is that dude that was with Lil Wayne? Who's that dude with LeBron James? All of this shit, you not even realizing that the CIA is actually putting this shit in play. So now when we talking about music, only person people talk about is Drake. You know why? Because the record labels put him in that position. This nigga is not the greatest musician of all time. He is nothing about Drake that you would say, man, Drake is great, bro. He's a great.
Nothing.
Nothing about him is great. He's good to average and shit, and knows how to fucking siphon the energy out of talented people. That's magic. That's witchcraft, right?
Hmm.
It's called the Drake effect. Listen, look how many features Drake have been on. That's parasitical, right?
Hmm.
And where did he learn this shit from? He learned it from his dad. You got to do the history on goddamn lyric. What's his Dennis Graham?
Hmm. Who also was the drummer for Jerry Lee Lewis, correct?
The CIA agent that got employed by the Jerry Lee Lewis band to investigate.
For the people who don't know who Jerry Lee Lewis is, who is that?
Jerry Lee Lewis is a PDF file, one of the most
Hmm.
notorious PDF files, Great Balls of Fire. So when
Hmm.
Kendrick is doing this stuff, he's actually going after the cabal. He's going after the dudes that's at what's the spot with the owl, bro? Bohemian.
Oh, you talking about Bohemian Grove?
Yes, bro. That's what all of this shit is about. Why you think it's OVO and the symbol is an owl? Because
Hmm.
this nigga is cool.
Yeah.
Cause niggas be in the hood like, oh, we the owl gang. When have you ever seen niggas in the hood be gangster and owls be their symbology?
Facts. Facts. Can
Fam,
you pull up a image of the OVO symbol right next to the Bohemian Grove joint?
facts.
Just so people know you ain't just talking. Like all of this shit is connected so weirdly. But for
The
his dad,
Bohemians Club symbol is an owl.
hmm
Do y'all read that? Do y'all want to see what it looks like? Like y'all see it? Cause I ain't showing y'all OVO yet. I'm showing y'all the Bohemian Grove symbol, where it's known that they do rituals. OVO owl. And y'all gotta really make the connections in your own mind. Why is his symbol an owl? Because it's cool. Because he's
it's
hip.
different. It's
It's
different.
different. It's unique. It's stylish. This is what we doing.
It's original. Nobody ever used the owl before.
I remember I did like his dad did an interview. It was so weird. I'm hoping I can find that shit. Let me
And
see.
you look at his dad. Don't his dad look like a fake person? Like his dad looked like
Yeah.
one of those dudes that's wearing the costume. Look like the
And the
glasses with the big nose costume. Remember those?
and the funny thing about it, Drake's starting to look like that nigga the older that we get.
Yo, crazy work.
The toucan Sam face.
Mhm. I did crazy research on it one time. I don't even remember, man. But but anyways, I ain't gonna keep up this show looking for it.
All
Let
right,
me
so
go ahead.
we're basically saying that this is a system, right? And the system exists with cloning and rituals,
And that
and this is just another form of ritual, right?
it's another form of ritual, but ritual is how they've been getting us ever since. Right. They've been
Mhm.
doing rituals like Drake. If you're a performing artist, so let's just pan this shit out, right? We watching this video on DJ Academics, and what we looking at in the lower right hand corner. What word do you see?
Steak,
Oh yeah, steak. And we're not talking about a piece of red meat. We talking about a steak. Like
like a
that's
steak through the heart.
a stake through the heart. Okay, so you have Drake, which is Dracula, but you also have academics kind of doing academics is Kadeem Hardison and Vampire in Brooklyn. You familiar with that reference?
Yes, sir.
He is a
The
ghoul.
worst, the worst vampire movie ever, but funny as hell. Go ahead.
There's some scenes on there. Any
Yeah,
black
there's
movie,
some scenes in there. There's some scenes in there.
there's some scenes in there. By the
Kadeem
end,
Hardison made that shit. Kadeem Hardison made that shit.
I tune out closer to the end. When they being funny is funny, but when they trying to make it a movie, it's like, all right.
Yeah, yeah, I'm done.
Y'all should
Y'all
have
should
just
have stayed on the blackface side.
yeah. You should have let Eddie Murphy played a different character or some shit. Like that's
Uh-huh.
Eddie Murphy's movies where he's able to do mad different actors and like different characters. That shit is always top
It's
tier.
hit or yeah, yeah, because that clumps, the original clumps, the first one, that shit was the best shit ever, nigga.
Like when I imagine, bro, never seeing that shit, and you go to the movie theaters and you see Nutty Professor.
That shit is
Bro,
gonna blow your mind,
I
bro.
never laughed so hard, bro. That shit had the funniest moment in cinema history when he started playing all of those characters. It was unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
I never
Between that and coming to America, bro, like nobody did that shit better, bro.
nah, like when he was doing
Martin tried. Martin tried, but nah, nah.
Martin second. I would give it to Martin second, but Eddie Murphy, he the king of that shit, bro. He is
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but you know, Martin, Shanae, all that shit is all like type.
All
It's
ritual, all ritual. And they didn't they peg Martin to take over for Eddie anyway? Like was it because they tried to do it with Chris Rock, but Chris Rock, he still had to live out that Pookie shit. So it went from essentially Eddie Murphy to Martin Lawrence.
so now you into deeper, darker, trickster, sacred clown vibes now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all so. Let's backtrack. All the shit that we looking at on TV is witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood. That's like y'all hip to the Hollywood shit, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Holly tree the Holly tree is for magic. Like you form a magic wand with the Holly tree.
Mm-hmm.
So the secret stories of the trees, holly. A holly is a magical tree, goes back to the druids who considered the holly a sacred tree and use Hollywood for magic wands. Are y'all clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm
We
gassed.
gotta be clear on that because if we not clear on that, we like, man, I really like Drake. I really like I really like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, and although that may be true and well, that is part of the ritual for you to
Yeah,
associate yourself with the fucking ritual. Like that's part of it.
that's part of it. So what they doing is classism. What they doing is white supremacy. right? The best thing that a white person can do is do voodoo on a black artist, so that way he can be racist in full color, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you would never hear a black person saying, nigga this, nigga, I'll fuck you up, I'll kill that nigga, I'll kill that nigga. That's a white boy voodooing a black boy to
Mm-hmm.
then be a destructive force in a black community. So where we
Yep.
look at it, we say, man, these black people, these black kids are animals. We don't understand the spiritual component. And
Yes.
it might be true that, I'm not about to walk down the street and there's 5 young niggas with hoods on. I'm across the street. I ain't about to go through that. But at the same time, I also understand that these niggas have been manipulated from day one. They never stood a chance because nobody is looking at this shit like, bro, black men are under attack by magic. Black women are under attack by magic, and it's all through these screens. And so, what we don't fully realize is how it's affecting us, and what can we do about it.
Could you say that these TVs are basically scrying a personal squire for ourselves that we didn't know that we have acquired in our homes?
So you answer that question. Scrying is a practice that involves gazing into a medium to receive visions or messages that may provide inspiration, revelation, prophecy, or personal guidance. You tell me.
1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%. Because the box is the gazing. Like that's what you're doing to the box, right? And that shit is doing something to you physiologically. Not only physiologically, but mentally, intellectually, and physically. So it's changing different. It's making changes within your physiology through frequency and repetition. Yeah, because if you don't know what you're looking at, basically they're communicating with your subconscious mind without you even knowing it.
And it's crazy now because people will be telling you how they love One Direction. And you be like, all right, cut it on. Let me see what they hitting for. It's noise, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
noise. Oh, I love what's the one white chick? Taylor Swift. Oh, for real, what she
Mm-hmm.
hitting for? It's noise. Like I remember back in the day, dealing with a shorty, and she'd be like, "Oh, I love Katy Perry." You'd be like, "All right, throw it on," and they'd be like, it's not my vibe, but it's cool. I get why you like it. Like
Mm-hmm.
Katy Perry is probably the last artist that was like major
Decent.
and put out decent music. Now people don't even care no more because they got people with the magic so deeply. Because
Mm-hmm.
like what AD said, you thinking that you watching something on TV or watching something on the screen, but it's not teaching you. It's indoctrinating you. It's doing witchcraft on you. It's a reason that it's millions of women that wear wigs. It's not because that shit look good. It's because it's witchcraft. It's not. It's a reason that millions of people wear these niggas wearing Nike Techs, wearing Air Force Ones, wearing Jordans. See, niggas got it. Black men got it real bad. A lot of times, black men don't even stand a chance because we just want to be validated and we want to be loved. So, what we trying to do? Be validated and be loved, regardless. We have no personal guidance. See, what's dangerous about life is a woman dealing with a man. If you're not scared to death, see a woman say, I want to be in a relationship with who? A man? Oh, bitch, you crazy. These niggas is not in touch with themselves. If you have a uniform on and you wearing a costume, you think that like, oh, the girls really like it when I do this. The girls really like it when I do that. You don't have no knowledge of self, bro.
None whatsoever. None
You
whatsoever.
are a ticking time bomb. And bro, I hate watching the news, bro. It's always
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend did some crazy stuff, man. And I don't even like pulling it up. I don't even like talking about it.
Yeah,
But it's
me neither.
always some crazy shit with a girl and a boyfriend. She ain't want
Yep.
to be with him, and he snapped.
He
Man,
found out. He found out she was cheating. Came home, killed the whole family.
bro, the worst. And when girls sit and idolize, like I can't wait to get into a relationship to deal with these niggas nowadays who don't have
Like,
no sense of self. That's dangerous. I'm not telling my daughter, yeah, just fuck with these niggas.
mm-hmm. Look for the one you're gonna fall in love with. Nope.
No,
Make sure
no,
you make sure you good first, and then concern yourself with the relationship. But the relationship will never be the goal. It can never be the goal.
not in this world. Not in this world, unless I'm friends with a family member, or not even a family member, but friends with somebody that we can arrange some shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm angling for. I believe all
That's
partners from now until whenever should be picked for people because people have already proven that they don't know how to pick their own partners. Let's be real about this, people. Like, let's be real. People need to be honest about this shit. Y'all don't know how to pick partners. So y'all need someone to pick partners for y'all. Period.
you out here on dating sites, on Hinge, on Plenty of Fish. For what? You a
Weird.
woman?
Weird.
You a woman on a dating site? Crazy,
That's weird.
crazy, nasty, crazy work. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? And on the contrary, like self love, go to like, chalk it up as an L,
Word.
chalk it up as an L. If it ain't happen, it ain't gonna happen. When it happen, it happen. You can't even be looking for that shit now because it's all witchcraft. Because the lust of result, everything, all of the shit that Aleister Crowley, all of the magical protocols, they're all at play now. The Thelema,
Everything.
the
Everything.
Thelema is all at play. So you have lust for
Hmm.
results, you're not gonna get it. You want a man?
Yeah, I would tell you, I would say that the Lima was probably the last 10 years. Ever since COVID, the Lima took over.
Mhm.
And if anybody is unaware of what we're talking about, that's the do as thou wilt. So that means, those people that tell you you can do whatever you want, regardless of what's going on. Yeah, that wasn't that wasn't systematic why it came out. That was a spell, and people ran with that shit. Like people now believe they could just do whatever they want.
And you knew it was real because everybody did the COVID scams and the
Hmm.
PPP loans, right?
Everybody.
Everybody was on that type of shit, right? And now we have a space where, like, and I would say don't do crimes, but 40% of people that do crimes is the people that get caught. 60%
Facts.
of people do crime and they get away with it.
Yep. Yeah, like that's one of the things that's never spoken about when people talk about crime is the fact that they never catch the best serial killers, they never catch the best murderers, they never catch the best drug dealers, they never catch the best white collar crime crooks. Like they never catch the best of the best. So whatever it is that they caught, you can almost guarantee there's 10 times worse still out there. Roaming free.
Look at this statistic. In 2022, 63% of violent crimes reported to the police, meaning that there was more crimes that weren't reported to the police. And if it wasn't reported, I'm sure it went unsolved. So
Facts.
63% of the violent crimes reported went unsolved. So that gives you
Hmm.
7% of people that's getting away with shit. So law and order is an illusion, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people feel
Always has been.
It's a crazy statistic. What's up, Jabri?
What's up, y'all?
How you
What's
feeling?
good, Breezy?
Chilling, man. I was listening to y'all. I was cooking,
Peace.
but peace. I'm listening to what y'all saying. Y'all rapping about. Oh, one thing. Stephen Curry was born in Akron as well.
Yeah, they were born in the same hospital, Akron General.
Yeah.
Man, there's something about that state, man. There's something about that state, man. Akron, Ohio, Cleveland by itself, man. There's a lot of stuff that went on in Cleveland, man.
Because then
From Freeway, Ricky Ross to the mounds and like it's a lot of stuff that went on over there, man.
and
Back in
then
the days, they used to have the most prisons in the world used to be in Cleveland, bro. So yeah, something about that state.
J.D. Rockefeller buried here. Toledo is where P.B. Randolph died, or he was born, I think.
No, he
Yeah, he was
transitioned.
born. He was born over there. He transitioned.
He transitioned in Toledo, born in New York.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
he was born
transitioned
in
to
Harlem.
Toledo, but they say Toledo is one of the human trafficking capitals in this country.
Mm.
Because of its location. It's like when you talk about Ohio, you're talking about
You're welcome.
Youngstown, Cleveland, Akron.
Dayton, Cincinnati.
Youngstown was the still leader of the world. Canton was the rolling bearings capital of the world.
That's where the Football Hall of Fame is at.
Right. All of those jobs got sent to different countries.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them. Every single job.
So they hung their people out to dry there.
It is
Man,
no
hell
factory
yeah.
jobs in Ohio, bro. Zero, bro.
The company that ended up being broken up and turned into like ExxonMobil, Marathon, and BP was founded in Ohio by J.D. Rockefeller. It was called Standard Oil.
Okay. Did one of those wild cults happen in Cleveland too?
What kind of cult you talking?
Like them Jim Jones cults, like one of those cults. Did that happen in Cleveland?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, not that I know of either.
Okay. I must be thinking Midwest then.
Standard Oil is the common name for a corporate trust in the petroleum industry that existed from 1882 to 1911. The origins of the trust lay in the operations of the Standard Oil Company
Sound right.
in Ohio, which was founded in 1870 by John D. Rockefeller. Can't make this shit up. But all of that job, all of those jobs, all those industry is all gone. So Ohio's like a wasteland for real. It's not even. It's like it's gutted from the inside out.
Man, Ohio is a trap house that's been used several times.
Man,
it's a land that has been spent.
Yeah.
But people don't really get what I mean by that. But if you ride, along like Lakeside, Lakeshore, you know where I'm talking about. But like you'll just see nothing but it's just like an industrial wasteland, and I feel like it affects every aspect of life here. But it's real interesting, man. It's real interesting. And then like J.D. Rockefeller is buried in Cleveland, of all places.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like bury me in a trap.
For sure. Crazy. So this is going to be, I want to get y'all reaction to this. This is Anton Daniels. Is what he's saying true, or is this man capping?
The amount of men that's wishing on the downfall of LeBron James' marriage is amazing to me. I never understood it. You can't hate your way to the top, and more importantly, there's always been man law. No matter what, you don't speak on another man's marriage unless they introduce it into the conversation as a content creator. But for all intents and purposes, LeBron James is a good dude when it comes to being a great father and a great man, and the fact that academics even felt compelled to make a post about LeBron James in that way is just certain things that you don't cross. I don't necessarily care for LeBron James when it comes to his political takes and even other things, but it's one thing that I will never do is I will never wish for the downfall of a family. He's a great father. He looks to be a great husband. And from all optics, it seemed like they got it together. But when I seen all of this extra conversation about what it is that he's doing in Canada and stuff, that was wild to me. During this last presidential election, they asked men what they wanted. And men said they wanted updates to family court laws. And women laughed at them and nobody took them serious. And it's because you can't separate how you feel about another person in order to make a good decision for the collective. I'm not affected by family court laws, but it doesn't mean that I can't advocate for you because it doesn't hurt me, it hurts the collective when things don't get done. And the fact that I see so many feminine men that's raised by their mothers feeling some type of way about the fact that LeBron James is good with his marriage and his kids is wild to me. That is absolutely insane.
So is he capping? Do we want to see LeBron's marriage? And is he just yapping, or do we have a point?
Man, I want to see LeBron be successful, man. But I think for some folks, it's more like that Cosby Show effect. You know what I mean? Like that shit ain't real. You get what I'm saying? I think it's more of something that people don't see. So they rather say, well, I ain't never seen nothing like that. You know, like it can't be that good. You know, it gotta be some shit about him. You know what I mean? It gotta be something going on. And we all know relationships is, you go through your trials. You know what I mean? Like it's not an easy thing. You know what I mean? It's something that takes work and progress, or to have progress. But I couldn't imagine just hating on somebody' life so much. But yeah, that's all I would say.
First of all, I'm gonna call Cap on about at least half of what he's saying, just from the jump. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know LeBron James to be a good dad. I don't know LeBron James to be a good person. I don't know LeBron James to be a good husband. I believe the aesthetics or the way it looks, it seems that way. However, none of us are behind closed doors with this man. So I'm not going to go that far and say that this is a good anything. Second, he's really good at basketball. I'll say that, but I digress off of that. Outside of that, I view this conversation as one of those things that's someone who is pushing their platform and
Mm,
doesn't really necessarily care about the actual topic at hand. I think this guy is about his paper and about his business, and he's going to push whatever highlight, whatever headline there is that exists because this is what he does, right? So when it comes to um, the fact that he's capping for his company, his business, which I'm all for, good for, and he's capping for LeBron James. Um, there's nothing really about what he's talking about as actual factual. Like it's really more or less a person trying to sell a particular product, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, AD.
yeah, nah. I just and him just going into the point of like another man speaking on someone's marriage. Him just digging into that point to really hit that argument point across the whole board. You know what I'm saying? But because it's like, even though he's a reporter, it's like if you dabble with them, what makes you think you can say and bring this shit up? But ain't no honor among thieves.
Should we talk about what another man like? I get not talking about other people's relationships, but I mean, if it's good, we talk about it, right?
hmm
It, I mean, if you I feel like this, right? If we are polygamous people and we gonna propagandize somebody like LeBron James being monogamous, like people want to use LeBron James and see like, well, he's never cheating on Savannah, so you ain't got no excuse. When I'm thinking to my head, like, I know ballers, man. I know dudes that if a dude in the hood got a quarter a key, he more likely to be a slime ball than not a slime ball. Like if he got any type of motion, he gonna be trying to see what's happening with these girls. I think it's just part of human nature.
Hmm.
So when we talk about somebody like LeBron James, I think it's just idiotic for us to think that he's not clapping cheeks on the side.
Facts. Facts. Like I think there are a bunch of women that should hear the frequency that in which we're having this conversation, just so they could get an understanding for, how they like to say they want this particular man, and we all get it. If you're mature enough, you understand psychologically that women are naturally hypergamous. However, the problem arises where the men that women actually want don't necessarily want them because they had their pick of the litter, and it doesn't serve them to be in a relationship monogamously with one person. That's just the reality. A high functioning, high value, whatever you want to echo term you want to use. Um, they don't necessarily want the women that are seeking them because they get to pick and choose and then move on to the next without even having to bat an eye. And that's one of those
Thank
things
you.
that women need to understand. But also dudes too, right? Like dudes need to understand that there are women out there that exist in that realm. And this idea of talking about another man and his marriage, I mean, I understand it from a man's level. We just don't do things like that. But right here, we're talking about entertainment, and people are going to talk about entertainers. That's just what people do.
Yeah, that's the part for me. Like LeBron James is not off the subject, especially a nigga like Anthony Daniels. Like, come on, bro. Like
Hmm.
you for the gossip.
Facts.
Oh, that was the dude that was talking about the Bible.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay. Real clown shit. Real clown shit. Yeah. I I think I agree with y'all because I feel like it's nothing that's off the table to be talked about. At least not in the time we living in. You get what I'm saying? When as long as teenagers are shooting each other in the hood, getting arrested for it, and back out the same month to do it again, ain't nothing off the table to be talking about. Um,
Facts.
because this is clean compared to how foul the world is,
Hmm.
and like I was saying, that's entertainment,
Yeah, this is
and
light.
yeah, and just kind of like a side note, that's why I was like, you know what, fuck J. Cole. You was supposed to get in the midst of it. You know what I mean? How dare you?
For
As
real.
much as you talk about, I wish a nigga would, I mop him with the flow, everybody dies, and then you drop a diss record, take it off, apologize. Oh, bruh, how dare
Exactly.
you? This
Exactly.
is wrong. You supposed to fight, or you supposed to get killed for not fighting.
Yeah,
But
if we
I
all running
digress.
around in mud, yeah, if we all running around in mud, bro, you don't get to say I don't like the way your mud look. That don't even make sense.
Yeah.
She's such a real nigga herself because that's Bow Wow.
Nah, that's Sway Lee.
Oh,
Nah, that's Sway Lee, bro. That's Sway Lee, man. You wait, wait till you see it.
oh shit, no.
Did you hear what she said about being in the bushes?
Nah, I'm about to play the video. Give me a second though. Um,
No. Haha. I feel like Sway Lee looked like Halle Bailey too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all right. What y'all feel about this, man?
Uh,
Got no nigga
uh
because I'm such a real nigga myself. And you niggas be like bitch ass niggas, like real deal bitches, like bitch. Bitch, that's what you is, a bitch. And I would call a nigga a bitch so fast, like that's why like I ain't got no nigga because I curse niggas out like bitch. Little ass bitch ass nigga, like little ass bitch. Ho. Fuck y'all on some real shit like bitch niggas make me got a character. Fuck y'all. I ain't got no nigga because
So if she talking like that, who she clapping in her songs when she be rapping like that? Cause ain't no way dudes want to deal with you if you talking like that to them 24/7.
So my comment that went like viral in here, I said, "Are we going to discuss how masculine women are attracted to feminine men yet?" Because she's able to talk like this to men because men do allow it. Ab like dudes will be on some listening to what she got to say type of deal. So my thing is,
Mm-hmm.
how do
Ooh.
y'all feel about having a masculine woman in y'all life, telling y'all, calling y'all a bitch?
It ain't no space for it in my life. It just ain't no space for it in my life. I think Glorilla, her personality, she cute. You know what I mean? I can't take it serious, like at all. Like I listen to her music, I'm laughing. Like, why you talking so hard? You know what I mean? She
Mm-hmm.
rapping harder than Juicy W used to say his words.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think she definitely got flow and all that aside from, you know what I mean? She got the star power, but it's puzzling sometimes, you know what I mean? And I agree though. And you know what I mean? She only there for a certain type of person. Or maybe she deal with bitches. She rather deal with women. You know what I mean? She's such a real nigga. You know what I mean?
You sound so
she's
crazy.
she's such a real nigga. She gonna fuck a
Ooh,
bitch.
ooh, ooh, ooh,
But
ooh.
I just think it's funny. Is I can't take Glorilla serious, man. She under 5 feet. Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah, I was
But
just
people,
watching the
but
video.
one more thing, people like you were saying, people like certain things,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
nah, it's a family show. I'm gonna stop. But go ahead, say
You silly. I
it's
might end up
Sunday
saying
night.
it anyway. I might end up saying it anyway. Uh, nah, what I was saying earlier was that I had just saw a little meme clip of her where somebody was asking her about why she used to wear the shiesty mask, right? And
Mm,
she basically answered and was like, "Well, I used to play in them bushes a lot." And then, the person interviewing her was like, "What you do in the bushes?" She was like, "Well, what you think people do in the bushes with the mask on, right?" So I'm gonna put that together with my answer with just watching this video right here. Because this is not the first time I heard her talk like that. It's not the first time I heard her reference dudes like that. And this is probably not gonna be the last time because she loves saying it because dudes have accepted her as saying it, like Hood said. I think there is. I did say this earlier, Hood, before Breeze was here, so I'm gonna say it again. Yeah, there is a simp pandemic, right? So I think there is a
Drake.
certain level. I think there is a certain level of dude that will allow a masculine woman to treat them like that because the consolation is what am I going to get on the other side if I don't have a gorilla or a masculine woman like that talking, right? A lot of these
Hmm.
guys feel like that's the best that they could do, right? If I need to have the woman that looks the part and acts the part, then I will sacrifice everything else and allow her to be masculine because I just want a woman that looks the part and acts the part. I mean, everything in social circles is about appearance more than reputation. So if you could just have one of those things on your arm, regardless of how she treating you behind closed doors, or regardless of how many answers you might questions that you might be answering for her while she is in the lead, Dudes will accept that shit just to be able to say that they got that girl, and that's the reality of simp culture.
You talking about simp culture, man? Let's react to this video and then respond to this.
Financially for me, things happening, financially for me, and the respect left the table. Like, and this person, broke up with me, but now I'm back to a better place financially, spiritually, and mentally. And now this person is trying to come.
Nope.
Hey,
Nope.
wait, ho, but no.
Gang. My G.
Yes.
Kerr.
But
That's all I need.
As deep as I could dig, as much as I could think, as many metaphors as I could give you, dog, they all boil down to one common denominator, my Kerr. Cause here's the thing, bro. We gotta acknowledge that two things are often true at one time. Thing one that's true is that realistically, people don't owe you for richer or for poorer until y'all marry, bro. We can be honest about that. But also, I'm looking out for what you do and don't do before we marry. I'm looking at what skills and what traits you display before we married, and I see you not built to weather no storm, shorty. And that's fine. You got that choice. You actually are not obligated to stick around while I'm going through it because we not unified in that regard right now. However, I see that you made your choice. You chose to get off this goddamn boat. And now that my little tugboat is a yacht, you better learn how to swim.
Things happening, financially for me, and the respect.
All right. So long story short, his money was funny. She treated him like a dummy. Now he back up and she want to see what's up. Reference to you saying that simp culture is a thing. I feel like we not able to have the conversation of why simps are even existent. Because when I look at it from a perspective of I was always taught to idolize a woman,
Mm-hmm.
right? And now
Mm-hmm.
that logic though does not get you the results in a relationship like
Ever.
you think is supposed to give it to you. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually had commented on this video the same thing, and I just want to get y'all thoughts on either this video or that thought. Was y'all taught to idolize women, or was y'all taught to get y'all fair share out of a relationship?
I was taught to make her my friend and get more friends. I was taught to play her away, play her around like this. Keep her my friend.
I was taught that people get in relationships for different reasons. It's to look good, it's for money, it's for status. Um, but one thing that I learned is that in hindsight, we should not be prioritizing, the opposite sex or the same sex, depending, whatever floats your boat. But we shouldn't be prioritizing a mate. I think, and what I mean by that, that shouldn't even really be important until you in your like mid to late 20s, because
I'm just gonna
it opens
apologize now.
Pandora's box, and I think we living in a culture where you must be out your mind if you think these 14-year-old, 12-year-old kids ain't having sex. You know what I mean? Trying all the shit that they hearing on these songs. You know what I'm saying? And opening up Pandora's box. And from there, it's promiscuity. Um, Mix that with some drug use, mix that with depression, you know, it's just a straight up it's a recipe for destruction, man.
Clusterfuck.
Yeah, it's just a recipe for destruction. Like,
I'm just gonna apologize right now. Um, Shout out to Patricia Ann Hall. I was taught, um, boy, do you first. I was taught Don't you ever in your life believe nothing that bleeds 7 days and don't die. That came from my mama. You know what I'm saying? Just to give you the
Mm,
dynamic of being raised in one of those single parent households, right?
mm-hmm.
My mother told me straight to my face. I was 10 years old. First time I brought a little girl to the house and she came over to do her homework with me and all that. I closed the door, try to get my little, kissing feels on all that. You know, my mother heard me and saw me operating in the house with that little girl. And she told me when that little girl went home, she said, boy, don't you ever in your life believe nothing a woman say because a woman bleeds 7 days and she does not die. So, um, that gives you the idea how I was how I was taught to operate around females, and yeah, I think that's probably why psychologically I was okay a lot of the time being the side dude, being the second dude. Like I was good with that because I knew from a very young age that you really can't believe nothing that comes out of that thing's mouth, and it's not even her fault. It's literally not even her fault. But I digress.
hmm hmm I think it's another thing where it's like you don't play her. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I don't not like getting played, but like you don't play her close. You get what I'm saying? I think it's more so of you building up your energy. You know what I mean? Stockpiling your seed. You get what I'm saying? And circulating that seed through your being. Because at the end of the day, they gonna respect power. They have no choice but to. And when they feel like they can go toe to toe with you, or they feel like that, you know what I mean, that you a sucker, they gonna immediately step on your neck. You get what I'm saying? And I think it ain't no love lost. I don't even look at it as disrespect. You get what I'm saying? Because if someone sees you and sees you as prey, then I mean, it ain't their fault. You know what I'm saying? And they proceed to deal with you as food, then I mean, you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
I, I hear you. I hear you because that's why I'm having a conversation because it's like it's easy to like say how a person is bad to you, but that's not going to teach you accountability. And if you don't have the accountability, you're not going to learn. So in this generation, in this time, like this dude here trying to figure out, like I would never even figure out. I would just like it's something to me that I don't feel like I would even have to figure out. But it's something that goes on with these men that we idolize women. And I'm not saying hate women. I'm saying at least have some sense of self-respect and self-awareness,
hmm
not the whole desire to be validated by the opposite sex because that will destroy you.
hmm
I've seen it destroy men. I've seen it destroy men of all ages. This lack of awareness for self. And so that's why I say, you know, be like I don't like I feel like you can love women, but it should come through love of self, if that makes sense.
hmm hmm
Like treat your
hmm
woman like a goddess, treat yourself like a queen, but what how you treating yourself? Like all of that comes into tow because when you see a woman with a man that she really likes, 10 times out of 10, that man really likes himself too. Like he not in love like a nigga would be because the nigga that's in love, he's repulsive. You see how that work? Oh, I love her so much. All I do is
Yeah.
put her. All I want to do is just buy her something. They'll be like, hold on, bro, slow down. I don't need
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if she do take it, she uses you.
hmm
Crazy.
You just give, and they just take and take and take and take, and it's like, you think I'm not watching you take all this shit?
But meanwhile, she's taking everything. She's like, man, this nigga is so stupid.
Yeah, this nigga
You
good.
know. Yeah, and at a point in time, she probably was like, man, he's great. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. And once you start doing that simp shit, you like, oh man, let me go get some other niggas numbers. See how see see what else I can get from the motherfuckers that's around me. You know what I mean? Like it's about you. It ain't about her.
To me, it's like dark psychology. Like if you don't understand dark psychology as a man and you everything is logical to you, like if I got one and I add one and I have two, then you get played. But if you understand like what women are really desiring and you cultivate that within yourself, then you become a magnet to female attention. So say for instance, you you out of shape, you don't groom, you don't care about yourself at all, then women are not gonna check for you. But if you work out and you can have all of the money, no money. See, that's the thing. You can do the thing that women like, and you don't gotta have money, right? Like
Right.
you don't have to have money. You just have like if you in shape, take care of yourself. It's implied that you got money by how you take care of yourself. You ever really think about that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you take care of yourself to a certain level, and if a woman see you, she might say, "Oh, this nigga got money, right? This nigga got his shit together," and you could have $2 in your bank account. She wouldn't know the wiser. She's not gonna check your Bank of America. But once again, the conversations online is like, I need a man that's making 500K. At what point? How many dates y'all been on in y'all lifetime? I've been on at least 100. I could say maybe more. What say y'all? How many dates have y'all been on in y'all lifetime? Give
I
or
would
take.
say less than 100, but I can't think of a number.
But a few. Like you've been on enough to
Yeah,
figure out how to flow. Have
yeah.
you ever been in a relationship
Facts,
where
facts.
a girl have asked you for your W-2s or been in?
Oh hell no.
No, I got nah.
Hell no. I remember I was talking to somebody when I was in college and we was planning for a trip
Mhm,
and she was gonna wire me some money, you know, because I was gonna, get the tickets or whatever. And my
mhm,
mom was like, what y'all talking about bank account numbers for? I'm
mhm,
like, no, this is just, like she was like, yeah, don't you ever, you
mhm.
know. But just to that point, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, hell no. I couldn't imagine.
So
I couldn't
what's the
imagine.
point of people talking online like you have to make a certain amount of money when that's not even an appropriate conversation to really even parse out how much money a nigga make every year?
I mean, go get you a Diddy then. Go get you a Diddy, Cassie.
Not a what's the song by Kanye? Gold digger, how that shit go?
Yeah.
With no broke nigga.
What I notice is that the people that deserve the type of partners they are looking for are not the people who are asking for these things. So, women talk about what they want and men talk about what they want and they would like, but the people that actually have those things and actually have the ability of achieving and getting those things, they're not talking about it. So, something tells me if you're talking about still wanting a particular thing that you don't have yet, might not necessarily be about earning and deserving. You might just be about attracting and manifesting. But what do I know?
Let's deep dive, fellas. Let's deep dive, man. Y'all opening up so many different rabbit holes.
My question is, if a person comes to you and he is able, I'm assuming a man,
Yeah,
okay,
man.
and he is able to fulfill all these things that you're asking for, what are you? What does your reciprocity look like?
Well, I would say for everybody it's different, and I really feel like, it depends on who that man is and what he's looking for specifically. I know me as a person, what I can offer. I know what the kind of person I am.
The question was, What does reciprocity look like?
Awesome how she dodged right around that shit, right?
Oh man.
I'm very like nurturing, loving. Like I like to, I'm very traditional. I like to keep a home nice. I like to cook. I want babies, like all of those things. Those are some of the things that I can give in a relationship if that was what the relationship was leading to, if it was marriage, if it was what is exactly what I'm looking for. So, but I feel like that whole thing of men saying, what do you as a woman bring to the table? I feel like, what do you want us to bring to the table? Because I've made it very clear what I want you to bring to the table. What is it that you're looking for from a woman?
That's a
Yeah,
good
that's
question.
some gaslighting shit, yo.
That's a good question. What do you want from a woman? That's deep. Chat, what y'all want from a woman?
Man, respect. Respect. If you tripping, and I tell you that you shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But seriously, like, this is just common respect. You know what I mean? Like, if you know I'm gonna react in a certain way about a situation, you should come to me before that situation even happen. You get what I'm saying? And if it's like, nah, we ain't doing that, we ain't doing it. Like, that's all I would say. It's just the respect.
Oh
But
yeah,
I
yeah. We
think,
into the grown man portion of this conversation.
yeah, and is no telling what kind of daddy she had, what kind of grandfather she had, and the stories that she heard from her grandmothers about her granddad. You get what I'm saying? So in her head, she has a certain type of idea of what a man is, and because if everybody check off, if someone checks off the boxes in your list, she'll be saying, you get what I'm saying? She'll do whatever. You get what I'm saying? I think, but in one sense, I think it's a fantasy, and I think people are so wrapped up in this fantasy that they have, and no one um wants to be in a situation and they feel like they're empty-handed or left empty-handed afterwards. I don't think people are really looking down the line. People are looking to have fun, meet some cool people, and that's that. You get what I'm saying? But if you truly looking for marriage, you really concerned with psychologically how you look at the opposite sex before you can even say what you want from the opposite sex. You got to come to terms with what you didn't get from your mom or what you didn't get from your dad, so you don't project that on them. Um, I think too often people don't really consider their own psychology. Everybody want to come to the table like they healed, and they not. You know, um, and they talk from a seat of like they just perfect. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of us, we not perfect. And we think we the exception to the rule with the casual sex and shit. You gotta stop that. You gotta stop that. You know, because you don't want to be at an age like, all right, I'm ready to get married. I know I want to get married. You know what I mean? Man or woman. But you didn't have so much sex with randoms. You get what I'm saying? Ain't no telling who they was having sex with. And now you just a legion. You get what I'm saying? Like, if y'all read in the Bible where it was a possessed man, he said, my name is Legion, because I'm full of spirits, just full of demonic spirits just living within his vessel, and I think that's how people walking. But we really got to get back to self. We really got to get back to self, and we got to put our soul back on the top of on the throne, and not the ego, and not like some idea of what we want in a mate.
What do you want out of a woman, AD?
as bro said, the simple things is respect. And what thing is what like blew my mind with the reciprocity or reciprocation, how you want to say it,
Reciprocity.
or reciprocity. I feel like he said that shit wrong too. But but along with that, I just feel like when we think of that and like it's like okay, sure, right. You always have to think about the person, that psychology of like what they reciprocate. But at the same time though, it's like if it's like having a team. If I know my homie showed up with some paperwork with some shit filled out, I know his next meeting, I better ask, yo, you showed up with some paperwork. What do you want me to bring? Did you want me to bring a laptop? Did you want me to bring a printer? So you don't have to bring all this shit. We just have it here. Like I feel like sometimes we gotta be in that mindset of reciprocation with our just friends and period. So we have to watch for that. You know what I'm saying? So personally, it's like I want that respect, and it's like I want motherfuckers to be looking out and thinking like I am as well for the team. We gotta have all that transparency.
Serpent, what you want out of a chick, out of your main squeeze?
I prefer for her to be herself, regardless of who it is that she wants me to be and who it is she expects me to be. Um, but I have to start at the bare bones of it all. Like everything starts with respect. Um, how you carry yourself and how you treat others matters. So, yeah, everything starts with respect, and then back off of that, like, do you know who you are? Like, she has to know who she is. Like, regardless of anything else, she has to know exactly who she is. And respect.
Type shit. I feel you. I just have been and like I just kind of felt like God wanted me to like deal with the worst of the worst so I could like just understand about life. Because it's one thing to think about it, but it's a whole nother thing to experience it, to just really understand it completely and thoroughly. So at this particular point in time, what I want from a woman is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like if I have a certain type of expectation, all I'm gonna be doing is driving myself crazy with hoping that she lives up to my expectations. So in the moment where I'm wishing and hoping for shit, I'm letting it go. And then what I'm also doing is communicating too, right? Because what I've learned through being in a healthy relationship is that your truth is not a trigger for an argument. An unhealthy relationship, your truth is going to cause an argument. So I will hope that men will test whether their relationship is healthy or not by telling the truth. Because if you told the truth to your girl right now, how would she respond? And if it is in an unhealthy way, you will never be able to parent that. You will never be able to heal that. So what I've learned is first date. I'm asking real life questions. I'm trying to figure out everything that I can about you. And if the doors are closed, I posted today on my Facebook, if you don't love me with your guards up, because that's not love, right? Don't love me
Ashe.
with toxic energy, right? Because then, you know how girls be like, I'll get crazy for mine. Like, no, do something good at all times within yourself and respect the relationship like you know you should. Because anything outside of that, you could be possibly gaslighting me. And I've been in relationships where a woman just did nothing. And really, if I said anything, it would be a problem. Right. So now I'm in a space like damned if I do, damned if I don't. I either see you do nothing or have an argument with you. And I promise you, if you're not clear on the psychology of the person that you're dealing with, you will be hurt in the relationship. So I say, like, be honest. If your honesty bring y'all closer, then you got a loving relationship. But I promise you, 90% of men, they just on like ticking time bombs. Just never know when that bitch gonna blow up, because nobody is operating from truth in their relationships. Because if they was operating in truth, so I'm gonna just keep it real with you. This chick would not be yapping like she's yapping. But dudes will say, "Oh, I like big girls." What you mean? I mean, nobody gonna be mean, but ain't nobody gonna be just falling in love with a big girl. Because you then will say, like, a dude that's overweight, man, you want healthy, you need to lose some weight. That's real. That's not you being mean. You be like, damn, hood, you sure is gaining some weight. You better get into that gym. That's an act
Right.
of love.
And I just wanted to add something. It's like there's a certain air in like this culture today where you can't say nothing to nobody. Like it's the air of like you better not trigger that person. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't like something, let it be known. You know what I'm saying? If you like something, just like you gonna let that be known. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times people just go along to get along with shit too, in relationships because I'm more than sure that if y'all going along to get along, it's another person out there for both y'all where y'all gonna be so much more comfortable, so much more happier, and in a certain state of peace. But I just wanted to say that because it's just like it's too much of the political correctness in society. You know what I mean? And I think that's probably attributed to this lady yapping. You get what I'm saying? Like she just trying to be nice. You get what I'm saying? Well, I would love to have kids if that's the goal, and I'm nice, and you get what I'm saying? Like,
Wolf in sheep clothing.
come on,
We
man.
need to
Like,
talk about healing. We need to talk about
yeah,
emotional preparation, because a nigga is not going to solve your problems. Because it's a shorty to the right of you with blue jean boots on, with the natural shortcut killing them, just giving nothing but pure feminine. And the top tier guy is going to be like, move over, blue jean boots. I'm looking at the girl in the blue suit. I'm trying to take her home tonight. Like, I'm gonna take her to the penthouse. In reality, we not going. That's never going to happen. But in her mind, bro, she feel like that's what's going to happen. Like Shallow Hal is going to enter into the building and see deeper through under the blue suit and be like, yeah, I'm really into this. And the problem is, nobody is telling girls, yeah, them dudes will crack, but they not going to take you serious.
right.
So you can yap all you want to yap. Because I bet you it's probably even hard for my shorty in the blue jean boots. She not even getting it the way she want to get it. And she got her shit together. So you think that you, on the other hand, can just sit up here and pontificate on what you should or shouldn't do within the confines of a relationship? Like, I would just hope to be in a relationship with somebody like that and she treat me with the utmost respect. Because any form of attitude, I'm roasting your ass. Like,
Yeah.
you getting jokes because you done brought that side out of me. And I don't think nobody ever really roasted her like she needed to be roasted. And
Ever, ever, ever,
I got roasted.
ever.
You grew up in Ohio, Bree. That's what we do. When we on
Yeah,
the bus,
man.
we roasting.
Man, my mom used to roast me and my sister, man. My dad used to be like, stop playing with them kids. But my mom was like, I want y'all to be able to take a joke. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, they're not ready to fight a nigga because he said, man, yo Tim's dirty. Just little shit. But hell yeah, man. Roasting is what seasons you as a young individual. You know what I mean?
And it make you see where you fucking up at.
Yup.
You came to school on some fucked up shit. and everybody roasted you. I wore a boss shirt to school one day. Them niggas had every acronym. They was like, cause I was big. I always been big, so I wore a boss shirt. Niggas was just looking at the shirt, thinking of acronyms. The whole thing. Niggas like buffets only, salad, slush. I'm like,
Oh,
but imagine from the day you walk into the goddamn school till you leave, niggas just hit you
all
with
day.
acronyms. Like all day, bro. So it's like, man, I grew up in that shit, bro. And you feel like it sucked, but man, I for sure never wore no goddamn boss shirt again.
Mm-hmm.
I really learned myself on that for sure. But I want to get to the point. I don't want to play this whole video, so I'm gonna probably skip. I want to get to the point where she's saying she want a nigga with 6 racks.
Ooh, blue suit.
Blue suit wants 6
Look
feet.
at Breeze on ass.
So
Blue suit.
we're going down the road, just letting you know.
Okay.
So what are the values, the core values that you're seeking and realistically, want for your spouse to have?
I want him to be a family man. Like, he wants to, have children. He wants to have a family. He has a relationship with God. We vibe. Like, he makes me laugh. We have like chemistry. We enjoy each other's company. Like,
It's the people on stage looking at her while she yap for me. Like,
Bro, they not making a move. They just that's their energy.
they just locked into what she's saying. Like, I bet you she stink a little. No, let me stop. They know her. So they just looking at her and they got her on here for views, bro.
I'm dead. I know good and well that's the chick that used to come on the TikToks before she had the makeup and oh, I know exactly who that is.
They
Oh
use
my
Oh man.
goodness.
for views, man. They using her for views.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And they know, man.
is
They
a
know she about to
provider, a
get hammered.
protector. He's always dating me, pursuing me. He's always doing things that make a relationship, last longer than just if you just stop putting into the effort. So I guess someone who's consistent, someone who's putting in effort, someone who wants to be there, wants to be in the relationship. That's the kind of things that I look for in a man.
Okay, so it's all right. I'm going with my own theory. Boom. So now, this is what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong. We can discuss this too. This is where I think sometimes the delusion sets in, is when your core values is really what you want, because you've had not you specifically.
Okay.
I'm just speaking in general, right? The core values is really what people are looking for to sustain a long-term relationship, but they're leading with the tangibles that are technically, subjective. Because if I can possess all these tangible things, take you on a trip or do whatever and take you to this restaurant, buy you clothes and pay for your hair and nails, but I don't align with God or I'm not a family man, then I still don't work for you. So I think what we gotta do, and people who are in this spot, in this place where everyone is using the social media to kind of, showcase who they are, is be more in depth with who you are, right? Because if I say, hey, you know what? I want a woman who is a good motherly woman for kids, and she's family oriented, and such and such. I think that limits the backlash, because
I'm thinking about what they say, and to me, it's kind of like just the conversation in general, right? Saying the type of person that you would like or that you would want is an idiotic stance to me, because when you really find love, it's not reference to your standards. It's reference to your heart and your hormones, which are not in communication with your conscious mind That's why the best thing to do is to take care of yourself. So, say for instance, you are a man or a woman and you want to get in a relationship. The easiest thing for you to do is to get your body in order. And then if you say, well, my body is already in order and I still been single, now you have to learn intrinsic values. Now you have to learn seduction. You have to learn how to survive in a relationship long term psychologically, right? Because it's either you're not looking the part or you can't think the part, but it's generally something wrong with you that you need to really fix in order to get yourself in the dating market to whereas you can either take your pick or you actively dating or whatever the case may be. It's not in reference to what this person outside of you has or doesn't have. Because if to me, you just sound crazy if you are out of shape talking about the type of man you want or the type of woman that you want and you completely out of shape. And does that mean that it doesn't happen where you find somebody that, rocks with you on the bigger side or whatever? Man, yeah, that happens, but that's not something that I would hang my hat on and wait for. I wouldn't want nobody to be with me and be like, yeah, I just want me a big nigga for real. Like, no, that's weird. You will want somebody that's fit and healthy that can live as long as possible and not have his weight or her weight hold you back from living a full life. That's crazy. You will want to be with a nigga that can't even get on a roller coaster. Like like I would say, man, shit. Worry about yourself if you want to get into the dating market. The problem is always you. If you perpetually single, how could it not be?
Hmm. I think a lot of people want to participate in meeting people and dating and stuff like that, and they don't even what you just said don't even ain't even in consideration. People just want to like participate so much and they're not prepared, and then that's where, you know what I mean, you people go through things that they could have avoided. A lot of times it's pure like avoidable circumstances, but since you want to go into it unprepared, now you got to learn while you in the midst of it, whereas you could have done all the psychological work, all the shadow work, all the physical fitness work, all those things, because when you doing that, you will attract to the right person, you know what I'm saying, and you will repel the wrong ones, you know what I mean, and it'll just be a lot simpler. I think people spend too much time devising a plan and trying to be, witty with getting, a mate, or hell, just getting some sex, and it's just you gotta stop, y'all. The people that's listening will listen. Just stop doing that shit, man. That's not the way. That's the wrong way. It's the wrong way to do things. I know a lot of men and women are very successful, and they single, perpetually single, you know, um, just doing well, you know what I mean? They stay in the gym, making good money, decent money, you know what I mean? They live by themselves, but they sleep around, you know what I mean? But then they get on the phone with you, and I want what you got, man. Like, y'all, nigga, we was bickering 2 minutes ago. You get what I'm saying? But I mean, yeah, we can have conversations. You know what I mean? We always make sure we could talk, because when I feel like I can't talk to you about something, then we done, or vice versa. You know, just you know what I mean. But that comes after, you know what I mean, doing that internal work. And I think it's never a place where you're like, I completed, I'm healed. You get what I'm saying? No, it's a continuous thing, and until you can understand that your soul comes first and then everything else is second, you're gonna continuously project, your greatness on somebody, or idolize someone's beauty over yours, you know. Um, yeah, like y'all gotta take it back to the sacral chakra. You gotta take it back to the sacral chakra. Um,
Getting clear on those emotions.
yeah, because I would say like the third chakra is actually being able to say, okay, I'm ready to date. Then the heart chakra is you actually saying, okay, it's still some emotions that I haven't cleared. You know what I mean? I still got some type of blockages, with dealing with others, you know what I mean? And it's learning the true essence of forgiveness. And if you can't forgive somebody, or you obsessed with holding grudges, then your relationship will never work.
Mm-hmm.
Never. It'll never work. Ever. You might be going along just to, just to be together, but this shit ain't gonna work.
How it looks like where you with somebody and they get mad at you and they become a whole different person. If you ever was in a relationship with somebody and you got to a certain point and they flipped or they switched, that's because they didn't ever resolve their wounds from past relationships. And you didn't never know that they didn't heal they old relationships only when the situation caused them to reveal their triggers, and those wounds that didn't heal, they will regress to that place in time. So it's almost as if they never even knew you, right? You never even existed because you didn't exist because they didn't heal. A lot of men go through this where they think the chick is with them. And a lot of women go through this where they think the man is with them. Y'all go through some tough times, y'all go through some traumatic experience, whatever. And whatever happens, they are now talking shit to you, treating you a way that you like, man, who is this person? That's just who that person was before they got broken, before they were wounded. And when you don't bring about a healing environment within your relationship, like foster that healing, what tends to happen is that old person will show up. So I'm looking at it not if the situation go good. I'm looking at it if the situation go bad, because that's really where a lot of the bullshit goes up. So like I will just sit back and throw my hands up and just observe and really pay attention. And then if it's not something conducive to my soul or my spirit, I'll let it go, because there's no real reason for you to be in toxic relationships. Like it's really like I don't care what the situation or circumstance is. If that person is toxic and you know you're not the toxic one, you need to step away because there's no change in that person, ladies and gentlemen. There's no reaching that person, there's no working it out with that person. If that person is toxic, they don't stop being toxic. Like they don't stop doing it. And a chick that's like, I want a nigga with money, I want a nigga with like this, she haven't really cultivated herself to even say what is reciprocity to you. Bunch
Damn.
of mumbo jumbo.
Damn.
So man, let's switch topics, man. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about streaming, and let's talk about where this thing is going. So this is where we can really bridge the gap. Like, we like if you ever made music, you might be wanting to get into the music business and trying to get a record deal, but that's just out of style. What you should do is what these boys are doing, show the creative process. And if people like the creative process, if they like the finished work, then you have a product. However, if you don't, you just stream tomorrow until you until it clicks for you. But if you are a creative, get on Twitch, get a Twitch account, get Open Stream, Streamlabs, OBS, have everything hooked up, and show people how you create music, because that's what these boys, Black Boy Max, is doing, and he single-handedly is changing the music business with his motto. He is marketing, he is selling, and he's doing it all for himself. It's no like it's bigger than DistroKid, because when you are on YouTube, you get paid every month. If you monetize on YouTube, you get paid every month. A record company, they're gonna pay you every quarter, if that. Right? Most record contracts are loans, so a lot of rappers are broke. If you are a creative, get on YouTube, get on Twitch, build a fan base, monetize on YouTube, sell digital downloads in your description, get paid $1 per download, high quality version, right? This is how you make your money now. So this is Black Boy Max. I'm gonna play the video. It's about a minute and 48 seconds, and then I'll get y'all thoughts on the situation. Who is in the right? Who is in the wrong?
It should be in a bag. I want to smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? Stop playing the song? Stop playing the song? What'd you say? Stop playing the song? Who's smoking? Who's smoking? Yo, TJ.
What's up? Who the
Yo, this a B&B. You can't smoke in here. This shit gonna go off.
Oh, this shit.
Yeah. I appreciate you though. But yeah.
Yo, tell say play the song we just made.
Yo, bro. Yo, you can't smoke in here. This shit gonna go off. Like, please. I appreciate you. Can you show them where, like, in the back, niggas cannot smoke in them? I'm gonna download it. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. If niggas smoking here, I'm gonna have to shut this bitch down. Like, this stream done. Ooh.
Y'all to the back. Backyard.
That's the backyard.
Oh,
I
Bobby.
appreciate you.
Where you going?
No, I'm going to go.
Alright, bro. Where Uncle?
It's in the back.
His face.
All right, brother.
Where Uncle?
It's in the back. Can you show them? Are they different? All right, brother.
So this is Black Boy Max. They were smoking in his Airbnb, and they got real. It was real tight about it. It ended up being like a viral thing, but I'm looking at it like it's bringing more attention to people to the music, because this situation, it actually had me looking at Black Boy Max's YouTube channel, and this man got some good music on his channel. So I think it plays into the narrative. There's no such thing as bad publicity. So what do y'all think? Was he, because they saying Lil TJ was like, the way he was telling them to stop smoking, they felt like he was being a dickhead about it. Did y'all get that sense from it?
Nah.
Not at all.
If a
No,
nigga
I think
all right, stop smoking, I appreciate it, but you didn't stop smoking, it's almost like he G checking you. Like, I appreciate, like, that's like, to me, I get it, but I think it's just on some street nigga shit. Like, it's on a criminal mind.
I get what you're saying. Definitely.
super psychological. Yeah, the hood balls in the back, they didn't really care. You could tell You could tell from the jump when he first asked him to stop smoking. Even after before he said the whole I appreciate it shit. When he told him this is an Airbnb, son didn't respect the fact that this was an Airbnb. He like that's your problem. You dig me? Like
Right.
you gotta handle that. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. So I don't think they respected him anyway. And the 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 vibe is that they don't necessarily mess with each other. But I do agree with what Hood said. This is a real incidental way to cause traffic to the channels. And even if you're not a fan of this, or even if you don't like any of these artists particularly, or you're following them individually, you still gonna want to know something about these dudes just for the simple fact that they make a lot of money.
Facts. And like before we even listen to this nigga 50, you know, man, before the video ended and he was like, all right, we finna go. Nigga just took like 3, 5, 6 big ass puffs and then he blew that
Yeah.
shit all in their face. Now it been wrong and play X, DJ X on.
Max.
Yeah, got up and stole on his ass.
Black boy Max.
Yeah, they've been all man if he got up and stole on his ass for that. But hey,
Yeah. I feel like it's just like some childish shit. You know, when you tell a kid, hey, you can't do that. And they do it anyways. Until you know what I mean, pull the belt out or yell at them or you get what I'm saying, situate them. You know, it's like one of them things. It's just that immaturity. People get, you know what I mean? People get mad when you give them instructions of some kind. You know what I mean? It wasn't even disrespect. You just, bro, it's an Airbnb. You can't smoke in here. You know, but
I
that's
think
how I
like
look at it.
for a certain level of people, they really think like that, and that's really true for 99% of the population. But if y'all remember Joe Budden when he got into it with Complex, one of the things that they were saying is like Joe Budden, he smoked cigarettes everywhere, right? But he was thinking of the mindset that he is the talent. And when you have the mindset of the talent, part of the part of being a talent is that you smoke any and everywhere. Hotels, Airbnb,
facts.
Snoop
they
Dogg.
smoke weed, right? And,
Yeah.
and what he didn't understand was that Black Boy Max is acting like the feds at this particular point because there is nowhere that these men go where people tell them to stop smoking. Like they will get charged as it's a $250 fine. All right, we'll pay that. Right? These
Hmm.
is not stopping smoking for nothing. So when Black Boy Max is telling them that, I just don't feel like he even understands the culture. And he's the new up and coming guy. He's gonna be viral. He's gonna be successful. But this happens a lot of time with people where they don't pay their dues. They don't respect the niggas who came before them just because they got motion. And I would say if I'm Black Boy Max, I just tell them to not. I don't tell them to not smoke. I let
Hmm.
them smoke because they are the talent. And it might be wrong for 99.9% of the situations. But when you dealing with talent, you just generally let them do what they want to do within reason.
Oh, wait, so they were artists?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was
Jay
just
and
niggas
Pop
just hanging
Boy
out.
artists. Nah, they
Oh, okay.
they big artists in New
Oh,
York
okay.
especially.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now that changes. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying. I thought there was just some niggas just hanging out the studio session, just but I get that. Yeah, I get that.
It's like telling Snoop Dogg, "Hey man, you can't smoke here."
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
loves Snoop Dogg. They gonna want to smoke with him to get clout.
Exactly.
yeah. Snoop
That's
Dogg and
it's the
done
culture.
smoked at the White House.
It's the culture at this point.
I swear to God, go rewatch it. I swear to God, it was cool. Everybody was cool with each other. They played the song me and 41 of them just made. We did a dance. We bust a dance to it. I ain't even know it was no weird vibes or nothing. I guess the chat must have said something to Max or something like that.
Yo, is he retarded?
Or something like that.
Man. So
You know, something that's random, unrelated. Fabio and me got the same birthday.
when is y'all birth? What day is that?
March 29th.
Okay.
I know he's older than me though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he was born like 90,
Yeah.
89 or 90. I
That
was born in
man 34
92.
years old. That shit crazy. He gives like 19. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wouldn't be right before we get out of here. I want to talk about this one thing. The full moon. How y'all feel about this full moon energy? The moon conjunct Mars, the sun conjunct Pluto. Like,
Man, I feel great, man. I feel really great. Um, I still know that I ain't perfect. I still, am aware of the work that needs to be done, but feel like I really made some progress since this last
new moon.
new moon. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And right now it's like, yeah, man, it's a very powerful full moon. It's a very certain level of satisfied, but not complete feeling, I would say.
For me, man, I really would have to say I just been in the astral plane and really just been dreaming and just have like deep dreams, journaling, and just tapping in, drinking the herbs. That's where I've been at. So shout out to the Flame On pill.
Type shit. I've seen it, and it made me think about the concept of Akagi, where everybody it like gives you a sense of purpose, like the moon conjunct Mars. Love what you do; it will change the world. This first deacon of Capricorn, and so like I'm really in a space of just trying to double down and reiterate the things that I love doing and taking it seriously, right? What you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, what the world needs. And like I'm really going to journal on this in reference to the full moon and references to like the article tomorrow. Just like niggas is doing whatever, like working at goddamn factories and all types of shit, working at Amazon, no shade, but like what are you doing with your life for real? And
Hmm.
is it a part of your purpose? Or is it just, on some slave robot shit?
Yeah, I like this for the journal prompt. I'm about to go ahead and make a note on my phone.
Hey, that's dope how you showed this because in this show, in particular anime I'm watching, everybody that is like alive in that show has a specific purpose. Like they literally are getting brought back to life because they like we need a nigga that can cook. Like oh I know a chef that literally know how to make anything from these natural herbs. Or we need a chef. We need a nigga that can like so. It's just like it's just showing like man people who own these skills and really had a passion for this is really is being used and even to save and change lives. So you might never know. You learning how to sew or construct something might one day help somebody and change their life. Igaki is a really fire book, by the way.
Servant, you there?
Yep.
How you feel about the energy today going into the full moon tomorrow?
I second exactly what Breeze was saying. Feeling extremely positive about where I'm at, but not satisfied, and wanting to just really hone in on what the next phase is going to be going into 2025. Um, the energy feels purposeful. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. So yeah, that's what I would say, man. Like, I'm gonna throw this up there. If y'all want to screenshot it, go ahead, or just Google Ikai guy. Get to journaling because like it's not. It's like if it's doom and gloom, and if it's all bad, then I'm just afraid you being gaslit by somebody or something. Because that's not the energy. You watching too much news. You watching too much Twitter. You got to get into yourself. You got to get into your soul, into some meditation, figure out what you love, what you're good at, what can you be paid for, and what does the world need. So if you can get really into the center of that, maybe it puts you into school. Maybe it puts you into learning something on YouTube. Maybe you get a book from the library, but you develop a profession through a vocation and you put forth the effort. 2025, if you don't utilize this energy, it'll seem as though something bad is happening, quote unquote, because it's very powerful. And that's just like having a blowtorch. If you don't know how to use that blowtorch, your ass gonna burn the hell up, right? But if you know how to use it properly, you can clear the bushes or the roughage, so you could or burn your trash or whatever you need a blowtorch for. You got to learn how to use it properly because it's powerful. And if you don't use it properly, you can hurt yourself. These are the
Yeah.
laws of the universe.
Take it
So
to take it a step further,
yeah,
you could turn a blowtorch into a tool of the well. You can start creating from that, you know.
exactly.
But I also want to say with this energy, um, like just to piggyback on what you said, is you gotta take some type of action, especially with the moon conjunct Mars. Like you gotta take some steps, even if it's baby steps, you know what I mean? Like you gotta put yourself in that place, even if you journaling and you only got 3 sentences to write, you still sat down and journal. I remember when I used to feel like, man, I can't fill up a whole page, so I'm gonna just wait. No, just do it, like sit down and do it. Just like if you going to the gym, all you doing is working on back muscles and you don't feel like you really got a good burn in, you still went to the gym and worked out, you know. Just understanding every effort that you make is an investment and is going to have some type of return. It don't always have to be um, this big situation, you know what I mean, that you doing uh or putting together. It can be something small, but it's just understanding that snowball is gonna turn to, the size of a boulder if you let it keep rolling, So I think with this full moon, just keep it rolling. Whatever you started, keep it rolling. I did more natal chart readings this week than I ever done in my life.
Type shit.
Just like saying, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and just continuously getting after. You know what I mean? I gave a friend a reading with the playing cards. They was trying to play spades, you know. um, but yeah, just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep the pot hot. Keep the flame lit.
Shit. So it like AD said, the chart looks like an hourglass, and it's like time waits for nobody. So take advantage of the time by figuring out what your purpose is. Now you may heard this a lot of times, but really think about it. What are you on the earth for? Is you on the earth to get cracked on the late night by a thug? Is that what you on the earth for? I think not. Tell that nigga he can't come over tonight. You meditating. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do unpurposeful shit is what I'm saying. Like that season is over with. It's a 9 year and you more prone to crash out more than anything. If you have an intention, if you have a desire and you put in the effort towards it, put the energy behind it as well. The positivity, the knowing that I can make it, the knowing that I can break through my thresholds, break through my barriers. Like this is the year for that. It's a full moon conjunct Mars and Pluto. Scorpio rules transformations. Mars and Pluto are both exalted in Scorpio. Mars and Pluto are both exalted in Scorpio. In reference to this full moon, this is a transformational full moon. So take advantage of any opportunity, anything that looks like something that you want to be in the energy for the whole year. Like dive head first into it, man. It's a powerful moon that I feel like this energy, this time is like not necessarily make or break, but like a once in a lifetime opportunity. That's what it's given.
Mm.
So seize it, take hold of it. Whatever you're doing, see yourself doing it a year from now, but see yourself having big motion while doing it. But this is like the beginning inertia, the beginning steps. But any closing words to the fam before we get up out of here, fellows?
Stay on purpose or find it.
Type shit.
Shay.
All right, man. It's the initiates. Make sure y'all join the Discord. Link is in the description. If you got a phone, an extra phone, scan this QR code to the right. Tap in, tap in, tap in. We coming this week, more content. Now that we shook off that holiday, whatever that holiday energy was, we back in the full swing of things. So be on the lookout for more videos from us and individually and collectively. And we'll see you all on the flip side. Peace to the tribe, man. Peace to the
Peace.
culture.
Peace.